Team Secrets, LFY's turn to ban. Ten seconds. Team Secrets, turn to ban. LFY's turn to ban. Team Secrets, LFY's turn to pick. Team Secrets, turn to pick. Team Secrets, turn to pick. LFY's turn to pick.
Spirit Breaker. Zeus.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome back to Shanghai for
Team
the Perfect
Secrets,
World
turn
Masters
to ban.
2017 draft number 2 of our lower bracket round 2 game between Team Secret and LFY. LFY, reminder for you, are 1-0 up, just a game away from making the top 4 here on home soil to join 2 other Chinese teams in the top 4 earlier today. Complexity going
10
through,
seconds
representing
remaining.
North American Dota on Thanksgiving Day to make them
5
also in
seconds
the top.
remaining.
And we're 1 underway in this, boys.
Did you see that? What Yapster was doing there? Where he was like leaned over and he was looking over at Puppy. And he had this kind of quizzical look on his face.
That looked like the look he gave him yesterday on the bus home.
That's the.
Like,
Did you just grab me, Zeus? What is this 1-2 Zeus opening you're doing right now, Puppy?
It's going crazy, man.
Are we forfeiting the
Turn to
tournament?
ban.
What's going on?
I mean, it's sort of different. I think that, you know.
It's sort of different.
Yeah, okay, it's very different. It's like completely and utterly different. But it's
The only
not
way it gets more different if they somehow draft Dark Willow. You
Or
know, like they
techies.
just break the captain's boat and open up heroes that aren't available.
I mean, the thing is it's something they've run before, though, at the very least. That's
Yeah.
sort of something
5
at least to
seconds
kind of hang your hat on. It's something that they're probably very comfortable with, and maybe you just want to get that last game out of your head, go into it. It's a drafting philosophy. I'm picking up what he's putting down.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see whether or not this is an effective counter to Tiny, right? Like that's straight up what it is. Like maybe this, like range nuker, this percentage-based damage, like maybe it'll be good versus him. Maybe Zeus will just die a
LFY's
lot.
Turn to ban.
Assuming this is a puck breaker as well.
Real quickly, I know we're in the draft, but the Chinese voice actors, every time I see that,
Oh,
they just
they're
get me
so
so
good, aren't
good. It's amazing. The Earth Spirit sounds like a
One
boss.
Zord. It's just so good. Love it. Love it. Love
Very-
that trailer as well, by the
Why?
way. One of our favourites, which is why we keep playing it.
Well, with a Spirit Breaker Zeus opening, I feel like you want to try and get another like very strong laning hero. Razor's already out of there.
10 seconds
With
remaining.
Tiny taken, I kind of wondering if we maybe want to see a Medusa out of
5
Secret
seconds
again.
remaining.
I don't know.
I've got it. I'll call all 3. The next 3 picks. I'll
Alright,
call them
alright,
all.
let's do it.
All right. So it's gonna be a Zeus mid. All right. They're gonna pick up Ancient Apparition next. We're gonna go for a Furion off lane. Paul, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Can you guess
Oh.
what the last pick is? Oh, it sounds like
Spectre?
Gabe.
May-
Spectre. Ding ding ding.
Yeah, I was
The
thinking you
global
were gonna go-
strategy.
Okay, all right.
You like
All
those
ab-
types
all-
of drafts,
all-
right?
Well, sure. I mean, all aboard the global. It's fine.
Seriously though, that's
Freaking
not.
weird, but it's, I guess, you know, trusting Puppy and all that.
That's not what they're going. Obviously, but it's interesting
Would
the
be
fact that
fun.
their opening 2 does have
Wait
that.
until it actually happens now. That
that
oh wow,
possibility.
all right. Well, let's dip outside the
So,
current meta and go back to the previous one.
yeah, this was something that they were running for a while with Fata, actually, was they were taking it in the off lane with Pugna. I don't know if it's going to be that again. I feel like it's maybe a bit too greedy
10
to run there,
seconds
but
remaining.
it could work, and it again fits with what they're trying to do
5
here, which is
seconds
a lot of
remaining.
magical damage burst through that Tiny.
Yeah, they're apparently
Well,
they're. Mhm.
sorry, they're smiling in the secret booth. I don't quite understand why yet. Maybe it will become apparent in picks 4 and 5.
It's just like,
yeah, they're just like,
what are we doing?
What are you doing down there? You realise this is live, right? This isn't like practice draft mode.
Puppy just opens up a notebook and he's like, "All right, it's time. It's time
For the secret strategy, stand and blast.
And that's what they're gonna do with Zeus and Pugna. They're
I
gonna
do wanna
stand
bring
and
up-
throw spells.
I do want to bring up the fact that this could be their last game of the tournament. And when teams are faced with that, they do break out
10 seconds remaining.
usually the ultimate, this is what we love most.
5 seconds remaining.
Draft.
I mean,
This
between these
doesn't look like that.
between these three heroes, I wouldn't be surprised if they collectively have less than 100% win rate between them. That's the thing. I feel like they're all. What is he doing?
He's a madman.
Dude, this is the part in the anime movie about Dota where Puppy, they go the close up on Puppy and he does the push up on his glasses. Puppy, do the push up on your glasses for me. And he's like, it's time
10 seconds remaining.
for our secret strategy.
I feel like as it is right now, I can't not take them because they got to have something in their mind that they know that we don't.
And I most
insane.
assuredly will not be taking them.
Game secrets.
Okay, so let's handle this like somewhat seriously real quickly. The Decrepify is interesting. So we have a lot of synergy with these two heroes. Decrepify not working with Bristleback spells. Sorry. What I actually mean is Decrepify works really well with the Zeus. I couldn't help myself on that one. Decrepify works really well with the Spirit Breaker right click. I mean, the Zeus Lightning Bolt is what I'm trying to
5
say here.
seconds remaining.
They've got a good frontline hero in the Bristleback. Decrepify is actually stronger than he used to be.
Got the giggles, man.
He's broken me. He's absolutely broken me.
I actually had full intention of doing that seriously, and then I just looked at Pugna and Bristleback standing next to each other. Sorry, Decrepify is stronger than it used to be because you can't diffuse a blade it off anymore. So that's going to be quite strong. They do have a lot of burst damage against the Death Prophet that is just picked up by LFY. The Bristleback's really going to suffer against the Bristle for sure. I would assume that Secret, like almost no matter what, they're going to run some sort of aggression here where they're looking to be able to win their lanes. I don't know how Bristleback 1v1 against Tide works. I don't know how maybe if they put Bristleback aggro tri-lane against the Tiny, and then they have like Pugna 1v1 against the Tide, or the Zeus 1v1 against the Tide. Like, it's going to be something like that. I can't say exactly what it is for sure, but almost assuredly they're going to try and win like multiple lanes here.
I also really like the Oracle ban as well, because that was something that, comboed together with the Death Prophet, and then also being one of the answers for purging off the Decrep. These are things that are, it feels like they have some further idea of it. And LFY going to take the Rubik now as well. So it's another sort of like, not completely defensive hero, but things to deal with magic damage.
It's the steal.
He can only steal from Zeus and Pugna.
10
Like
seconds
Lightning
remaining.
Bolt, Blast. Guess life drain's pretty good.
He looks happy with
But
himself.
like
5
none of
seconds
Spirit Breaker
remaining.
you're happy with, and I don't think you're very happy with Bristleback's spells to steal either. So it is a little bit curious. But all around, LFY's lineup just looks like very well rounded. You've got this nice combination of late game and team fight. Like you could very easily see LFY winning by like 25 minutes and going high ground. But you could also see this lineup still being competitive 45 minutes plus.
Dare I ask this? What
Right.
ties this together?
Choose your
Apparently the
hero.
Dusa.
Ties everything together.
So now you can get at Aghanims on Dusa, throw the snake, it'll turn them to stone, so then the Zeus Lightning Bolt doesn't do any damage. No, for real though. The quills would do extra damage. I don't know, Paul.
Not
I'm not gonna
convinced, are you? You were trying to convince yourself,
yeah, when I started talking about
and
the
you,
Pugna.
and you didn't really convince yourself, did you?
Yeah, I think like pretty much the only way that Secret wins this is if they run some sort of aggro, and they win that lane as well as the 1v1 that they're trying to set up for. I'm guessing it's Yaps or Zeus,
I think so.
and we're gonna have a Pugna core,
Yeah.
right?
I think Pugna is going to be played by Fata.
And I think they want the Bristleback against the Tiny, right? Like no armor to start the game with, heavy physical damage hero. And what's their last one? then?
Dusa?
The breaker.
The Dusa goes mid, and
Yeah.
Pugna's going to match up against the Tidehunter.
Breaker,
So the
breaker's fine
Dusa,
anyway.
yeah, and so the Dusa then goes mid. They could conceivably win all 3 lanes, and that's a big jumpstart to whatever this strategy is.
All right. I'm not going to put you both on the spot because I think it would be very unfair after a crazy draft in game number 2. The commentary team are ready for us, so let's head back inside the arena for that game 2. Secret on the rack. Can they pull it out? Let's find out.
I am most definitely ready for something new, something different, something unusual. Team Secret giving
They've done
us-
this before with the
They-
first phase Zeus.
They have. They have. The combination is also really nice in so many ways, but it seems Cap is like currently tying his shoelaces together and tripping over them. Like he can't get the holistic appeal of Team Secret. Can you find a way to explain
Well,
it?
there are some things I don't actually know. I don't know if the bristleback stacks get taken off by status resistance. That would actually be terrible for bristleback, but it probably works, right? So that would be really bad. And then
Keep a close eye on it so we know during the.
well, I think early game is too hard to tell because the status resistance is so low. But once it gets grow, probably. But yeah, they just have this weird mix of magic amplification and physical amplification. Like normally with a Medusa, you want like Witch Doctor support like they had last game with the physical damage, with the Death Ward, and then you have like a Sven as your safe laner. You know, that's pretty obvious synergy. But here it's much more difficult to work out just because Zeus literally cannot do any damage with his spells during Petrify. And on the similar token, Bristleback can also literally do no damage during an opponent when they're decrepified.
But
So
on the bright side, Yapso's got better ability to steal kills globally now. So the strength to Team Secret comes through the power of 4.
I do like Yaptor Zeus. He plays a pretty fantastic 4-position Zeus, and I think he's
This dual offlane is gonna be wonderful. This sort of reminds me of like AUI kind of style. Like you just like decrepify, blast, and then just literally blast.
Tiny's actually going to have a really hard time. I could see Tiny actually dying in this lane multiple times if he's not careful.
Especially with Spirit Breaker rotations. And that's where Ace's pickup kind of also works, right? Because, yeah, it's going to be a melee versus a
getting
Tidehunter, not
charged.
what you want to have happen, but
He's getting charged on top. If he's not all the way back at tower.
he's just back in the tower. Puppy pulls out of it, but after he's crossed the tree line,
That was a little close.
yeah, cops a little bit of extra damage. Bottom lane, Ace, heavy amounts of damage as he backs up to the tower. 3 heroes initiating in on him. So LFY running an aggro tri-lane, leaves the duel on duel in mid. Super won't have the same answer as he did last time to the Mystic Snake, having the Dragon Blood regeneration to work with his Soul Ring.
Yeah, it's going to be a
have
little
do
bit harder for him.
Yeah, have to have a harder lane in the mid.
At least it's going to be a little bit of a better start for him. Remember, he just gave up first blood before creeps even spawned last game.
Mode is trying to get aggressive against Fada. Now that he's able to grab the tree and have a creep wave with him, Yapsaw is waiting for the right time. Here comes Puppy once again with a charge, right over the top of the Dire Observer Ward, and because of that, Monet will now back up to the Tier 1 tower.
What a great observer ward. Usually you'll see it in like the position that's...
Oh, they're going again on bottom. Ace. The Quill Sprays do start to stack up, however, so LFY are committing a hell of a lot to try and get this. Oh, sorry, you're saying like the usual one.
Usually they have the observer ward, but that place was nerfed on the Radiant side with that cliff next to the Roshan pit. But it'll still give decent enough vision. Yeah, Ace is holding his own 1-on-3, so this means that they need to move.
If he got one more tick onto Inflame, then he actually would have had the kill. There's 7 1-charges on Inflame, so he's got a little bit of extra life, but he keeps coming back in with Quill Spray stacks high.
Yep.
Puppy's got a haste rune, because that's one way to easily, well, still walk underneath the ward and reveal your positioning. But moving between the lanes, forcing the rotations from LFY to be a little bit more difficult. DDC moved up to the top lane and just let the Tide have this one-on-one with Ace, or almost one-on-one. ES hanging in the wings. But this top lane's about to come online. You got the 2-2 combination. So Fada with Decrepify. Then you got your blast with the creep wave pushing onto the tower, Monet. You did get the wand charge, and the first Decrepify is going to have absolutely no follow-up to it whatsoever.
Yeah, at least Monet does have that magic stick already. He actually prepared for this in the lane, buying the mango in the two branches at the start, so that's kind of nice for him. Ace is too low on minutes to really output any sort of threat in this bottom lane anymore. But at the same time, I still don't think he's going to die because he does have that mango in reserve in case they do try and gank him. So let's see how the early CS is shaping up. Medusa's getting off to a fine start. CTY is owning.
They're going again on Ace. He's out of mana this time around, but 4 1-charges. He's got a little bit left. The consumables definitely have to come to this bottom lane. Either that or he wands and TP's home and then walks back out, but that's a long way to go for very little. Spirit Breaker still waiting for the perfect time to charge in on the top lane. And here it comes, gonna go towards the Rubik. Yapsaw still a little bit too far away, and Rubik just picks him up and throws him away. One of the big counters to the Spirit Breaker is that Rubik, and with Arthur arriving in the double kick, it is DDC who will claim the first blood on this top lane, where it was Secret being the initiators.
I think Puppy just wanted to waste some spells right there. He definitely didn't think he was going to be able to get a kill, but or even maybe complete the charge. Like, oh yeah, I'll get some mana out of it. Whatever, I'm a Spirit Breaker. Make them use some regen and then he can grab the bounty runes, but that was not the case. Very nice TPN from Afu to secure that kill.
Yep. It's that quick grab from DDC, and as you said, Afu, perfect follow-up as well. Almost impossible for Spirit Breaker as long as there's a vision up for him to get a proper charge on LFY.
I think they picked the Rubik for that reason, the low cast point to deal with the charge, as well as the null field. I think null field is going to be super important when you're dealing with Zeus and a Pugna. You don't want your cores to have to build like cloaks and stuff like that, so they don't get bursted down. DP might still build one.
I didn't realize just how much Ace is getting dumpstered on the bot lane. He's 9-1 against 22-10 of Inflame.
I mean, he's getting dumpstered about as badly as Super is in the mid lane, so, you know, it's 1-for-1.
That's the trade-off. What was it, mid? 14-7 to the 24-10.
And he has to go back to heal. So that's another, what, 6-7 CS maybe.
This is again the same aggressive Observer Ward from LFY that comes down around the 4-5 minute mark. Just to the east of that tier 1 tower, seeing everything the Team Secret bring to the top and allowing them to make some good decisions as far as their own rotations go. Puppy's just pulling the bottom lane, but Inflame's going to put an end to that in a second. And so is the Absol with the ward. I suppose you got to remember, you got a great counter warder now in the form of the support Zeus.
He's burned a lot of clarities, but those are cheaper than sentries. The early soul running from Inflame. Much more farm-oriented build. Arcane is when you want to group up in 5-man, which I'm a little surprised he didn't go for, considering they do have a Death Prophet on their team. And they are up against Adusa, so I'm much less confident in their ability to take it late game this game.
Spirit Siphon on mid. I thought for a moment that ES might roam forward, but in fact it's going to be Puppy charging in towards Super, rolling boulder, trying to create some space here. Arfu able to do so when the Spirit Siphon's on Puppy. They keep him in place just a little bit longer with the kick. But no kill coming from it. Either side just trading blows. And the Soul Ring for Ace now. So Wand into Soul Ring. More spam from that safe lane. Or bot lane, I should say, from both sides. Mid lane, Avalanche, toss, Dusa, throw him back in again. Where's your shields?
Didn't even manage to buy any items. Or I think maybe he bought his phase right before he died. But Stone gave the 6. It would not have saved him right there. And they smoke ganked the top.
He's moving so quickly. Thanks to that haster, and he's got to come up behind Fada. Hit him a couple of times with the tower included. Spirit Breaker charging over into Monet. He tried to toss a creep into him. Scrapify blast into Monet does a decent amount of damage as Fada was able to have some space to salve up.
Nice play by Fada. He actually did creep the siege creep and then managed to tank it up.
Oh, they're going once again. CTY, he's been the punching bag of LFY. And there's a lot of spirits to punch him down as well, but not enough. The shields this time were up. One charge is available. And Afu is low on life. No one's TPing over towards the shrine.
He actually canceled the...
Afu is walking, though.
He canceled the charge onto Afu. Maybe worrying that he'd get stunned out of it, and then Death Prophet would clean up with the Ghost. But they're not getting that much value out of the Ghost. This T1 tower in the mid lane glyphed, and now Exorcism duration is over, so perfect defense by Secret.
Tidehunters. Oh my lord. It's only a 3-point up in the anchor smash, but it's enough to force Ace into retreat once more. He's working on a small stack himself, a triple stack on the side. Dangerous thing to do when you've got a very farmed Tidehunter on the field. He's actually the #1 net worth for LFY at the moment in Flame.
It's especially dangerous considering they don't have a shrine available to them. It was used just a minute ago.
He had to have just seen that triple stack. Afu will keep eyes on it. Top lane. Charges coming in towards Monet. Decrepify blast. They're starting off with a lot of bolts. The drain cancelled by the Avalanche of Monet. And also the charge of Puppey cancelled by DDC, caught him with that telekinesis. So Monet currently with a bodyguard.
They've been fending off their early game rotations of the Spirit Breaker.
Oh god, that triple stack is about to be taken by Tide. It's not like he had enough money at this point of the game. Ace actually set that up as well. Surprisingly, with the Tide in the offlane. He'll come back over now and realize, wait. I'm missing so much. I got one with the claw spray and one with a hit, but the damage is done. Tide's almost level 8 now.
Yep, and Earth Spirit got a lot of the experience, much needed for him, as he is only level 4 even after the help of the neutrals. So he's, you know, they're probably going to do something similar. Like if you're LFY, you're like, okay, they're just going to try and get big on the Deuce, especially because they have better late game. So you have to be concerned about that. You have to make probably better plays than they did around the Ancient stack, like they did last, relative to last game. Like Afu died, I think, one time pretty unnecessarily close to there. So just keep an eye on it, see how big it is, try and interrupt it. You have the big bad Ravage to threaten these stacks if you have the vision.
Well, right now they've only got one aggressive Observer Ward over the river, and that's actually the one that's being, well, it's CTY who's drawing that weird box inside of his own jungle. It's like, I think they see me somewhere here.
I think he's just worried about the Tide coming over at some point.
Well, right now Tide's in mid lane.
Mask of Madness on Medusa. He's off to a pretty decent start, but I do like the no Midas. I think they already have the late game, so they just need to survive the mid game, and they should be okay.
Oh, where's that push? Puppey charging himself down a bot. That's not going to follow through, as DDC once again running escort duty. It is Secret with the advantage tower-wise. They have brought down one T1 tower so far. That's up on the top. Pugner was able to do that. Right now, Pugner's just desperately trying to survive with Decrepify Drain. SB charge, it's coming, but it's taking too long. Monet will be able to complete this out, and LFY will turn their attention to bottom lane.
That was really
Secret triggering
close.
the exorcism.
He almost got that bolt off. Thought that Tiny was going to die right there.
Ace is just hiding. Keep the back turned to Super as long as he can. Keep the Quill Spray stack coming up. He isn't enough life to survive the spray attack. They're up very, very high. In comes Sparta, Decrepifying a Drain. He's killing off Death Prof, but the silence, it just cancels him off. He doesn't have enough damage. Yapsaw's in the tree, super so low, but he gets two. Looking for the third. He'll see Yapsaw, who will find the kill finally. The backline was kind of ripped a little bit as well. Puppey arriving to keep the ES out.
They're still keeping their T1 towers alive. So yeah, two of their cores died, but trading exorcism for that, this is really, really good for Secret.
And Medusa's getting time to attack into the T1 tower in mid. ES can TP in, but yeah, CTY doesn't care about that. That's just more mana for him to steal.
Yeah, CTY is off to a much better start, and the pace of the game suits them much, much better when they can just 4-man defend towers while CTY just does his thing.
That's exactly what they do. Ace now with the completed Hood of Defiance. So more resistance for him to survive. Definitely needs it in this game. Gonna rely on the magical spam damage of Fada and Yapsaw to sync up to find these kills, and then, as you said, buy the space for Medusa. And she will be farming up with that Mask of Madness. It's gonna accelerate her movement through the camps.
Right now, they can just have the Bristle sit in front of the towers. And without Exorcism, they have no chance of killing him. With Exorcism, possibly, because that's the only physical, that's the only type of damage he's vulnerable to right now is physical, because of this Hood pickup. And there's not enough physical coming out from Tiny right now. But he'll probably be able to Silver Edge at some point. But Ace has a long time he can farm before he has to worry about that.
I wonder if Ace actually tries to start contesting the Dire side. Like, you have to understand with the Titan, there's gonna have a lot. They're gonna have a lot of stacks. And there's a quad stack of Ancients.
I don't think so.
First kick, pushing CTY. No, the rolling boulder. He missed the timing on it. Now the stun and the damage from Yapsaw. Bringing in the extra hurt to kill off the Rubik. He has 0 points in null field, so no resistance. And they Decrepify blast. Woo!
Time to start Skilly of Nullfield.
Yep. Need that resistance. 500, he's got the Ravage available, point blank. They have the Magnetize turned on, and the resistance. Yeah, it's there. Maybe there's enough with the one charge. The CTY backing up the Magnetize. It's wearing off in a bit, but not long enough. Employing him to kill him off with the Gush.
Ooh, what a great toss away. Ace was about to get a ton of stacks up there.
Has been denied.
Yeah, DDC. Our Skilly of Nullfield. Your team just got obliterated. even
Is Nulfield really going to do that much compared, like, with that amplification?
level 1 is really good. Level 1's 10%, man.
It's interesting to also see the build coming out from both of them. So let's just watch this delete.
Yeah, I think he has to build a hood next to on Death Prophet, maybe after the deals. I guess he could just go BKB as well, but I think I prefer hood.
I was thinking, what else do you have with the amplification? Like, Veil build? You get that into the Pugner, or do you actually ask that of Zeus? Because right now he's building in for, what have we actually got? He's going Ether Lens as well, and then going into a Kaya. So Ether Lens Kaya build for Yapsaw, and we've already got the Ether Lens on the Pugner, and he's building into an Aeon Disc.
Aeon Disc.
That's what's in his quick buy.
Interesting. I don't know if it's going to be that effective this game.
To be honest, I thought they were going to go all out, so you actually have like the Veil as well as the Dagons, and you start magic popping everybody.
Then you get countered by BKBs.
True. But Death Prophet, I suppose she can build a BKB if she wants to. Tiny will build one. Inflame will build whatever the hell he wants.
They probably need multiple pipes, I would say.
Ooh, super. They can't control it. Like, unless Puppy's got Nether Strike, they're not going to get much. That Thunder God's Wrath being used to get some extra information on the bottom lane.
Oh, he switches build. Death Prophet had a Eels before that death in the mid, and then he's like, okay, I just need hood. That was just too much damage.
Four-man smoke up from LFY. They're bolting to get rid of these Observer Wards. Another attack, but that's going to leave Yapsaw vulnerable, and he tries to back up. Silenced up. Puppy forced to run away, and they'll just let Yapsaw die. The Observer Ward will get picked off later. But it means that this smoke gang only gets the 4th position. But they'll look for more.
They really want to get a tower off of Exorcism. That's what LFY want to do, and Secret are just super keen on defending their T1 tower so that CTY can farm up. But it looks like this one may be the tower that's going to fall first.
Bristol TP for it. Tidehunter's already having a crack at Puppy. He wants to charge out. The Stolen Lightning Bolt cancelling the charge, and they toss the Death Prophet on top of him. Ace didn't do his TP, but now he's alone. A lot of one charges of Fireball, burns up the hood. Cool Spray's starting to stack up a little bit more, but that Exorcism damage, it won't care about the hood, the Ravage. It'll connect. Ace revealed in the tree. The Cool Spray stack super so low. 141 HP went down to Medusa's attack, almost kills him off, but almost is not enough. Inflames on the run. Mystic Snake's available, but Cremifying into the blast will be more than enough damage to bring down the Tidehunter. They defend their tier 1 towers. They hold the line, which appears to be the call from Captain Puppy.
Whew. If Rubik had a little bit more mana, I think they would have won that fight handily. He would have bolted to stop the Pugna heal, and then they would have killed the Pugna, Earth Spirit would have survived, and then they could have wrapped around on the back line. But Bristle is just way too tanky right now. He is doing his job perfectly. Yeah, he's dying, but he is just getting so much damage and trading his life for extra sustain on those T1 towers. T1 in mid still at 2/3 HP, and LFY still have 0 T1s down.
Monet, gonna... Well, okay, yeah, that's a lot of damage to Puppy. Raindrops protect you. They shall not. Not when Monet and Nafu sync up together. Both Vanguard and the hood. Yeah, Bristle is tanky, as you said.
Yeah, and they can't really ignore him in the fights either, is the thing. He's like just... Bristle's generally just a pretty hard hero to bypass, and they don't have any Blink Daggers on their side yet, too. I think the best idea is to just toss him away and make sure that you can get to the Zeus, who is going to be outputting way more damage.
Really good Observer Ward from Team Secret. Just a little bit further back, so the Stolen Lightning Bolt the Rubik has is not scouting it out. Puppy begins his charge onto DDC. He does have the Nether Strike, so if he wants to try and push him back and they force the issue, they can do so. But for now, Team Secret, even without the Pugna, they have a lot of physical damage, plus 120 when those Warpath stacks are up on the Bristleback. Working with Medusa.
Yeah, this game, their offlaner and their mid are actually playing together. Like
Mid-fight. Oh, Puppy. Like, is he baiting this?
Yeah, it looked like it. CTY and Fada are actually like together in lane, pushing towers together, fighting together. So, you know, this goes a long way into making sure that Secret don't have as poor of an early game in mid game as they did last game. Last game, there were so many wasted Ravages by Fada and wasted Stone Gazes by CTY that it never really looked like a cohesive unit. But this game, you know, they're playing very well, getting a lot of farm on the Medusa, and very comfortable heading into the mid game. I think LFY are trying to scramble to find out how on earth they can take these T1 towers down. Death Prophet is not meant to play a long sort of farming game, and I don't think Tidehunter's farm is going to be enough to make up for those lack of towers.
Well, they're coming for the tier 1 tower on top. Ace instantly TP's over. Cancels it off. He can pick up his treads from the side shop while he's there.
I think this is probably where you just a 5-man bottom right now. As soon as you see ACB top, you just take a fight somewhere else along the map. Use your ultimates, get some towers, open up the map so you can get more money.
He just TP'd south now.
I think Bristle should actually immediately rotate us because you kind of have to read that move coming out from LFY. You see, if they see you TP, they're going to make a play on the opposite side of the map.
Hyperstone is up for Medusa. Interesting to see exactly what she's looking to convert that into.
Well, it's either what, MKB,
It's AC
Moonshard, or Mjolnir. Oh, AC of all the items? Why AC?
He just put AC into the quick buy.
That would be my maybe 4th choice for, I mean,
Hey,
oh, wait,
CTY!
it is CTY. I was thinking, okay, Mjolnir, I can see Moonshard. I mean, why this early? But AC is, I mean, usually you just get Butterfly if you want the armor. Maybe he just wants to help his team out a lot.
About pushing high ground then maybe. Super, and real close. Here comes the charge forward. Arfu with a kick will cancel it. No vision up the hill. Arfu, he's rolling boulders away. He tanks with the Decrepify as well. Oh boy, but the Tidehunter out of position. The drain, that's too far away. Fada loses the range. And Team Secret, they do lose that tier 1 tower on bottom lane. They're hoping for a rebuttal. Super would have been the perfect one for it. But now they're going to lose a Nether Ward to Super, and they don't find the fight they were looking for. But CTY still continuously farming up.
ACA.
I'm waiting for it to buy
CTY.
the plate mail now to like just move the TP scroll the backpack by the plate mail.
I just can't read this guy. Well,
Maybe he's tossing up. Maybe he's like in game, like, which item should I buy? Please suggest item.
it does make up for the Mask of Madness lost armor, but it's like there's not that much physical coming out from them. Like there's not that much damage coming out from Tiny. He went for Shadowblade SNY, more mobility pick off rather than straight damage.
It can't even be talent push, right? Because you're gonna get that from your Decrepify, from your Nether Blast.
Maybe it's tower defense.
Maybe. Ace in a lot of trouble. Gonna try and keep that back turned, but trouble when DDT picks him up. Turns the back now, one charges as well as the hook. They burn the Rabbit, but he's tanking through it still. The Quill Spray is stacking up, but DDT will have enough life to survive.
Rabbit for Bristle. I would say even that's probably slightly Secret favored, just because, Medusa's getting really big. She is actually going to just do incredible amounts of damage this game. There's nothing really stopping her from attacking this game. There's no disarms, there's no evasion, there's no mischance.
With his Ancient stack, he's like, what, 100, 200 gold short of the Assault Cuirass?
Yeah.
The Aeon Disc, because while that fight's going off the top lane, you've got Fada, who is rapidly approaching his Aeon Disc. I'm surprised he actually didn't just pick up the arcane, the arcane boots, so we can spam with them too.
Maybe he's thinking, do I really want Aeon Disc?
Blast drain, here comes Puppy. They're going to keep him in range, however. Nether Blast will help with that. He's burning through the Tidehunter, but even then, he's only got half his life. Support will arrive. The Absol, the TP, he can't cancel it. He already used the Lightning Bolt. And that will allow Inflame to escape. Burn, well, he already had the mech charge burn before, but got the full pipe off. So you've got pipe, mech going into Blink Dagger. Sustain for the team is quite heavily tied into that Tidehunter. And Team Secret, they're going for Roshan. You got negative armor from the 2 points up the Nasal Goo.
And still 1 minute left on Ravage. This is going to be an extremely tough fight to take, even with Exorcism.
Man, he's damage output, plus 168 with max Warpath stacks. Inflame, walking into the pit. As you said, though, he doesn't actually have the Ravage available, but it's just delaying it. They pull him away, to lose the Nasal Goo stacks, unless Ace believes he can get that kill, which he can't. Instead, he just gives the one charges to the Tidehunter. Smoke up, LFY moving in closer, Exorcism ready to trigger. Silence will catch out too. He triggers the Exorcism. Can Team Secret disengage from this? Hey, caught a little bit further up. They'll hold him in position and beat the crap out of that Bristleback. And now they can turn their attention in towards Roshan unless Inflame will dive the attack. The mech charges off in time, Tommy will charge forward. Doesn't have now the strike available, hit by the anchor smack. There's no damage to give the magnetize. Turns onto the Medusa. All that armor does diddly squat as Team Secret lose 3. And then they push the mid-tier 1. LFY, not only will they claim 3 hero kills, the tier 1 tower in mid is at 59 HP. Fana may as well just deny this. That Roshan will begin. Exorcism, it just wore off, however, so maybe not the easiest thing, but Nate Monet found a double damage rune, so it'll work.
That was just really, really poor positioning by Secret. The Bristle ran north. That is not where you want to run to, because the rest of the team's on the south side. You want to fight around your Bristle. If they go into Bristle, they just all die at that point. But they had the silence on Medusa very early, which she couldn't stone gaze, and they just got obliterated because of Bristle. Like, when he had to run into the Medusa, no Bristle back. I mean, does he really need to get a Silver Edge? They're actually so good at making the Bristle face towards them in between, like, tossing him towards them or the Rubik lift. Like, he's actually having a ton of trouble staying alive.
It just seems like that guarantees so they can move on to the next target in case you don't get such a great opening like this double silence.
He runs out to the north. I actually think he should run down to the south. He's completely isolated from the rest of the team. They need to fight around the Pugna Ward, and he is just made out of paper at that point.
Could be that attention shifter. Like, but you're fighting a Tidehunter with no Ravage.
Yeah, I think it's just your natural tendency as a player to run away from Tidehunter, but maybe they weren't exactly sure of how long the Tidehunter's Ravage was left up, but not having your Bristle as a front line and allowing and having no support for your Bristle right there is just fight losing, and Roshan will be Puppy's Bane once again.
Yeah.
So they have a farm Medusa. Maybe he needs the Manta to get the Stone Gaze off in the fight.
She's not going Manta though. Like, we're going full Hurricane Pike into Skadi.
I mean, those are nice too. Just more damage, right?
More damage, more sustain. Elise is able to reposition against heroes like Death Prophet, push him away, but still get your attacks out, or Tiny.
Yeah. It's just really tough because Pugna Ward and the Stone Gaze, they are the main 2 teamfight spells for them.
Or DDC. Well, he's got the pickup available. Ends up stealing Mystic Snake.
Maybe not even the Pugna Ward so much. They don't actually have like any super heavy casters on their side. Like, so I don't actually see Pugna Ward being that. So it's basically just Stone Gaze, and if they can get Stone Gaze off in the fight, they might still lose, even if Medusa has a lot of damage. So I would like to see for them to have some way for him to get out of that silence coming out from Super, either a Lotus Orb from someone, or I mean, Force Step is also good too. You can just kind of kite away from it, but we'll see how it works out.
Blink Dagger is over on Inflame now. So they have that jump initiation they were searching for. They got the sustain already from Super by having the Yule Scepter, and he's almost got the Octarine. Like, the amount of money that's coming into him is only like a $1.5 short, and that's a decent. That's not that much money if they can push down another tier 1.
And Aeon Disc was useless that fight, if he even had it. I don't even know. Even if he didn't have it, it was still useless. Fight.
Now he's going for the build I thought he was going to, which is the Dagon.
Dagon, yeah.
It's the Dagon amp, and then just pop the Weasel.
It probably might come back to haunt them that he didn't have Dagon. If he had Dagon, that Tidehunter dies so much easier.
Yep.
And then
they move on to the next target.
Right. So it's actually pretty troublesome that they don't actually have that damage output that you were talking about.
It seemed to be like a big portion of it always. He'll break the smoke. Monet gonna go.
They have a Silver Edge.
The lightning bolts. They can see it. Nasia, he's trying to keep that distance. Able to do so. Monet forced back. So he won't be able to attack with a Silver Edge. Oh, he will at the last second of it. He was able to hit the Bristle back, snapping the back in half. And Bristle is dying so quickly. But then again, he's still alive. And the trees are Ravage will catch him on the edge. They'll bring him down. Medusa, no Stone Gaze. The silence is denying it. Puppy will charge forward. He wants to create space. Watch out. Will do it, but there's no matter for the Stone Gaze. Medusa is gone. Ace is gone. Puppy is gone. A triple kill for Monet. And they can focus into Yapsor. The poor god is crippled, purely immortal. Dive into the base. This is just brutal, savage, and possibly wet. Fire is gone, and whoopsie daisy indeed, Fire. All heroes from Team Secret currently pushing up the daisies.
Man, I actually thought Secret were in a really good position. I like their draft decent amount. I like their early game play. I like the way they handled the lanes and the Death Prophet ultimates, but these item builds have just been super costly for them. The Aeon Disc did almost nothing. It got popped by a gush of all things in the fight. And then again, Medusa got silenced and wasn't able to cast Stone Gaze. By the time she was out of the silence, she had no mana.
Yep.
So like Bristol's probably like, what the heck, guys? Why am I dying in these fights?
He was also super unlucky that he got hit by the last second of Silver Edge. Like, if he managed to dodge it just like half a second longer, LFY only barely were able to kill him, and they had to clip him on the edge of the Ravage to do it. Like, if you could change that fight around, it would have been very, very different. But
or if you had better items,
connected.
it would just be so much easier for their team. Or if you're CTY, you know that they're going to silence you, and you have Mask of Madness, so just pop that baby early. Pop that, like, you know, super early on in the fight so that you can reset it. You can just, you know, use your Pugna to heal out your Bristleback, no problem, and then, you know, go back into the fight when he's not broken. Or just kite away from Exorcism, just trade Stone Gaze for Exorcism. That'd also be fantastic for them, but the Secret have just not gotten value out of the items.
Oh, that kick timing from Apu, right on the money. Puppy.
Spirit Vessel is also incredibly good. Earth Spirit picked it up. Spirit Vessel on the Pugna during Life Drain, awesome. Use it on the Medusa so she can Mask of Madness, heal, also awesome. And eventually maybe on the Bristleback too, if he goes for the health regen talent or the spell Lifesteal, or if he gets Light Drain by Pugna. That item is just amazing this game.
Right now he's going for Solar Crest. Team Seek group up around their tier 2 tower and smoke. They want to wrap around and fight on bottom. Observer and Sentry's in position. DDC's going to break the smoke. This Ace looks for a target. It's Apu starts with a kick and the Ravage. It'll hit on 4 heroes. Super came in from the north. Like the White Walkers, you ain't stopping this. They will burn through the wall that is Team Seeker's defense. Ace is gone, separated from all friends. At least you can TP back farther. The CTY sits in base, wondering how did they lose this game of Dotes.
Apu has been really good with his Earth Spirit this game. His Boulder's matches.
Then again, the Drain with the Cripplify. It's a lot of the DDC, but he still lives. The one-shots are there. Oh, it looked nice for half a second, and maybe they could have got themselves a kill. Puppy, chances forward in. He knows that ain't gonna happen.
Level 4 null field with plus 200 health talent. It's pretty good.
Vods playing with him. You can see the smiles on the face. The panel was asking before, I wonder why Team Seeker is smiling so much. And it looks like they've just decided with this series just to have a little bit of fun.
Dota's fun, man. Although losing not as much fun.
Yeah.
They're not out of it yet though. They still have Medusa, one of the best late game heroes in the game. But I think it's kind of close to Rapier territory. Maybe if they lose one more Roche, it might be Rapier territory.
The
I would
problem is
say.
he doesn't live long enough to get the Rapier out. He even knows it by not going the Stone Gaze duration. Like, just give me 800 mana. Let me survive
Dude,
a little
800
bit
mana is way better. Yeah, 800 mana is just the standard on Medusa. 800 is just ridiculous amounts. I'm not really sure why he got the Mystic Stake steal, because he's always silenced, either due to himself or super. But CTY, you do you, man.
Defense. Take on level 1 is up now for Fada. Zeus is still trying to work towards that Kaya. About 900-ish gold away from getting there.
He's going to struggle a lot, though, versus no field already. No field plus pipe resistance with the inside aura.
That's probably
and
the reason why
hood.
they're both picking up those ether lenses and like any amplification they can get beforehand.
I think maybe like a 4-step though might help a little bit more, let's say, just so you can like get your Deuce out of trouble, because Zeus is not going to be able to do that much damage. I think even with static, you'll like the amount of marginal increase that you'll get from Kai is just not that much relative to what kind of magic resistance they have. Like Death Prophet is going to be sitting in a team fight, maybe like, I don't really know. She has Int too, so she's going to be sitting like maybe 60% magic resistance. And she has a talent? Oh my goodness.
CTY is coming out with like just under half of his mana pool, while the rest of LFY coming over to him. He didn't go for the Scotty. There was no increase in stats. He still doesn't need quick buy, but he built a Crystallis instead.
They do need more damage. He doesn't need to tank up.
No.
He needs to kill people. But Death Prophet was sitting at 58 without null field and without the inside aura. So that is crazy amounts of resist.
They are trying to hunter. There's an observer ward inside the base. It doesn't see where CTY is at the moment.
Dire are scanning.
And CTY is keeping a very close eye. So the Dire will scan the bottom, wondering if someone's hiding in the tree line. That is not the case. In fact, it is Team Secret grouping up around Roshan, but he's another minute and 15 seconds away from spawning.
But if Medusa shows on bottom, which she might with a snake, she's actually showing on bottom right now. They would be so glad to take this fight right now.
Look at the line drawn from LFY. Wrap around through top lane, come up behind the rest of Team Secret. The charge is onto Inflame. They move in forward, and okay, Ace. Charge cancels, Ace runs away, but it won't stop Inflame from blinking himself forward. Gets the gush off, and they break it. Just like the spirit of Secret.
As soon as CTY shows on bottom, they all have to TP out. Ideally, you TP out before then. You just get out of there. Like, there's no way you take a fight without CTY there. But nice on LFY for capitalizing on that opportunity. I'm sure they saw CTY like, what are they doing up top? They have no business being there. Let's punish them for that.
Space created. CTY.
Yeah, I mean, it's your bristle dying, though.
I know. You got your level 2 Dagon now on Pugna.
Oh my goodness, look at Ace's net worth. He's number 6, and it's not even close number 6.
Which is really sad considering the start he had.
Yeah.
Well, here we go again. Now Iron Jam, toss them back. They will Medusa, picked up by DDC. The Stone Gate is there for the Medusa, but who the hell is going to help this one? Let's Puppy suicide charge the spawn. Even Apu, he gets the silence on the Vana. He can't give life back over to Ravage. It'll catch 3 of them. At least you've got Vana protected, but then again, maybe not. The outness will wear off. Super moves forward. The buyback is in from Medusa. They need a big fight right now, Team Secret. No other choice. The Mystic Snake bounces forward. Ace creating some trouble. Being in the middle of the fight, they're draining him out. The Rubik will fall. So say goodbye to that null field. Puppy will die in the backline to the Cripper fight. They want more. Thunder goes right a little bit too late. They didn't get the amplification damage on it. And LFY still in hot retreat. Can they catch up to him? No, they cannot. Team Secret still on D duty, and Roshan just spawned up. But Ravage is down while this Roshan is alive.
Oh, Medusa down with buyback. That hurts.
But they have to get Roshan now. That's it. Like, they have to.
You have to try. If they knew that the DD was down there, it would be a lot easier, but they don't.
That would require vision. But don't worry, Afu has a look, sees the double damage rune.
Yeah,
and here they come.
This is the fight that they need to win.
Team Secret smoking in. They got to look for that opportunity. Medusa, the first one in. They can do Roshan. Ace has already got a couple of warpath stacks up, so they slip inside the pit. No vision from LFY, no scan from LFY, and they're actually going to let him have it. This is Aegis and Cheese. Something is finally going the way of Team Secret.
Yeah, I think you can put, what, Aegis on Ace, Cheese on Dusa. Sounds pretty good to me.
Yep.
And then after that, you can actually take a fight. LFY didn't want to contest that. They didn't want to throw any harder than they.
He walked into him! He'll come everything, leave to get the cheese off. He'll do it. He burns the cheese now. The Stone Gate is available. The rumble top of the hill. Death Prophet trapped in the trees, charging through the magnetite that's causing so many problems. And the double kick through CTY and Vana. Both super for good times to the front lines. Dusa is down on a dieback. Pug is dead for a full minute, and they're chasing Yamsor. It is a problem. Yamsor is on his way yet to meet his maker.
Woof, double damage on Tiny. That is one value double damage. Sitting at 550 damage.
And bottle save time, so it was there at the exact moment he needed it.
Yep, that was
well, and they didn't even use Exorcism for the fight.
You know things are going rough if you have to crep fight your Medusa. That's when you know things aren't going well.
Yeah. Well, you purposely built the Crepify build with the Dagons. Like, you're looking to pop somebody, and you have to do it defensively. It's mid lane rotation. They've already taken top melee. Afu's to beat you down a little bit more. The creep wave finishes the job. And Ace, he was trying to defend this by himself. Puppy's on the wrong side of the tracks. And GG, well played. LFY will 2-0 out Team Secret from the Perfect World Masters.
They look pretty decent in the mid game. Secret did. It was just they were always just missing like one piece of scene, one piece in their draft, one piece in their play. Just a little bit behind LFY. LFY, on the flip side, Inflame just looked like an absolute beast. Yeah, on the Tidehunter, he was actually a big threat even without the Ravage and a lot of the team fights. He actually soaked up so much damage and was just so aggressive that they had to do something about him. Super, he played DK and Death Prophet. That's just another